Hey guys, I'm Kimberly and welcome to Sweet Red Poppy. One of the questions that I get asked on a daily basis is, which Cricut machine should I buy? As someone who uses their machines on a daily basis, I really wanted to cover all three of these machines and show you some of their very best features to help you make an informed decision on which machine best fits your specific crafting needs. So let's go ahead and start out with the Cricut Maker. The Cricut Maker boasts an impressive list of over 300 different materials that it can cut. It can cut delicate crepe paper, fabric, felt, mat board, leather, vinyl, cardstock, basswood, and so much more. The Cricut Maker features the adaptive tool system, which allows the user to easily switch back and forth between different blades, such as the knife blade and the rotary blade. Now, the quick swap tool allows you to effortlessly switch between your debossing, engraving, wavy, perforation, and even the scoring tips. The best part is this lineup of different blades and tips is always expanding, which allows the capabilities of this machine to increase. Another neat feature of this machine is that you can cut out digital sewing patterns with the rotary blade and even have the machine use its fabric marker to draw in all of your markings. If you enjoy making some smaller scale sewing projects, this is a really neat way that you can use your Cricut Maker. The Cricut Maker retails for $3.99, but you can typically get it on a pretty good sale on Cricut.com for around $3.49. You can easily design projects anywhere with Cricut's design space, whether it's on your phone or your desktop. If you don't happen to love creating your own designs, you can even choose from thousands of pre-designed projects that have been put together by Cricut. Here are a few examples of projects that I've cut out on my Maker machine. Here's an example of me cutting leather on my Cricut Maker to create a luggage tag. In this tutorial, I cut felt, fabric, and glitter iron-on to create and sew a mermaid doll. So, who is the Cricut Maker for? Because the Cricut Maker is the ultimate smart cutting machine, typically I recommend it to the more serious crafter. It's a machine with a lot of power and precision, and it can cut the widest variety of different materials. It's great for crafters who are really looking to get the very most out of their cutting machine and who want to work with thicker and harder to cut materials, and you really have endless possibilities when it comes to this machine. Check the description below this video for a link to shop the Cricut Maker and a link to view all of my blog posts featuring the Cricut Maker. The Cricut Explore Air 2 is actually the very first Cricut machine I ever used, and it's what started my whole love affair with Cricut. The Cricut Explore Air 2 can cut over 100 different materials, and a few of my personal favorite materials that I've cut with this machine are glitter paper, bonded fabric, vinyl, iron-on, cardstock, and even cork. In addition to cutting, this machine can also draw, and it can score with a scoring stylus using the pen clamp. The Explore Air 2 makes organizing and personalizing everyday items a total breeze. Because of its slightly lower price point, I feel like it's a really great investment, especially if you're planning on starting up an Etsy shop or creating items to sell like t-shirts or personalized items. You can also print, then cut with your Explore Air 2, which is really amazing for creating stickers, and it's so perfect if you're a planner enthusiast. This machine is incredibly easy to use. It only takes a few minutes to set up straight out of the box. You could design from your desktop or your mobile device just by using Cricut's design space. The Explore Air 2 machine retails for $249. It goes on sale pretty frequently in the low 200s, so you can typically find it for a really good deal. Here are a few examples of projects that I've cut out on this machine. Using the Explore Air 2, I was able to cut out infusible ink to create a vibrant t-shirt design. I love creating projects with my kids on my Explore Air 2. I actually used it here to create pinwheels, coloring books, and even bookmarks. It draws beautiful designs on cardstocks, the type that I could never draw by hand. Who is the Explore Air 2 for? The crafter who wants to personalize all the things and still wants to be able to use a variety of different lighter weight materials. For more information on the Explore Air 2, check out the links below to view my blog posts or to shop this machine. Now let's move on to the final machine, which also happens to be the newest machine in the Cricut lineup. This is actually the easiest Cricut machine to use, and it allows you to make projects in under 15 minutes. It's so small that it can easily fit into a cubby. You can put it in your purse. It can even be displayed on your kitchen counter. It's lightweight, which allows it to be easily moved from room to room for different projects. Cricut Joy also has the ability to use smart materials, which is unique to this specific machine. So if you're wondering what that means, it's a material that's meant to be cut without needing a mat. You don't have to be a crafty person to use this machine. It really is meant for anyone with any crafting ability. It's so simple to use that even my kids can easily cut out different items on it. You could take it into your child's classroom to help personalize cubbies, desks, and even charts. Or you could use it to organize an entire pantry, fridge, or closet. It's amazing at making cards when you're in a last-minute dash out the door and you remember a birthday. You can make a card with only a few minutes to spare. Here are a few examples of projects that I've cut out on this machine. So who is Cricut Joy for? I think it's for the crafter with a limited amount of time and space who still wants to be able to personalize everything. With this machine, you can get the very best of both worlds by being able to create customized items without necessarily having to have an entire craft room to go with your machine. Again, check the links below to shop this machine and also to view my blog post on Cricut Joy. Now that we've talked about all three of these machines, can you guess which one is my favorite? For me, the Maker definitely comes in first place because I love having the ability to cut a wide variety of materials, and I really like to push the limits of my own creativity. The Explore Air 2 for me comes in second place. I love how lightweight it is and easy to set up. I use this machine primarily when I'm cutting out vinyl. I like having the ability to set the dial to the exact material that I'm planning on using and always have it ready to go. And finally, we have Joy. Because I tend to lean towards those larger scale projects, my Joy machine gets a lot less use than my other two. I actually keep this machine in my kitchen instead of my craft room because I use it more on everyday projects like labeling a new bin or a jar in my pantry, or adding a last-minute label to one of my children's school supplies. Overall, I really think you can't go wrong with any of these machines. If you happen to have any questions at all, just leave them below and I would be happy to answer them for you. But before you purchase any of these machines, be sure to get Cricut Access. Now, this is a monthly subscription that will allow you to access thousands of different cut file designs, hundreds of fonts, and it saves you 10% off of your purchases from Cricut.com. If you add this to your cart when purchasing any of these machines, it will take 10% off of your total purchase price. So it's a really, really easy way to save some extra money on your purchase of your machine. Now, I am looking forward to hearing which machine you decided on in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Sweet Red Poppy for tons of Cricut crafting tutorials. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.